Shalom, Akim. Let us give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone out in New York that rule well. And salutations to the Akim that's across the four corners of the earth that's pushing this word, sincerity, and truth with all long suffering and doctrine. So I'm about to get into a quick statement about the Apocrypha. It's Latin for hidden or secret text, as I highlighted for you to see here on up. It says secret, not approved for public reading, so on and so forth. All right, and that's the point that I'm trying to make, is that they went and took 14 books out of the original King James Bible, which we use the 1611 edition, or you could purchase it separately, but they went and took out those 14 books and gave you a regular King James Version Bible without the full truth. So I'm gonna drop that page and I'm gonna grab Apocrypha on the KingJamesOnline.org website just to make a quick statement. Salakia, y'all. It says the Apocrypha was a part of the KJV for 274 years until being removed in 1885. All right, so for 274 years they had the full truth out there, but it was taken out, you know what I'm saying, by the Bible Destruction Group, as we call them. I'm gonna just jump around. I'm gonna drop down to where is it at? Yeah, here you go. The last paragraph. It says, keep this in mind when reading the following apocryphal books. Martin Luther said Apocrypha, that is, books which are not regarded as equal to the Holy Scriptures are yet are profitable and good to read. All right, because it is. And the reason why they felt it was not due to canonical, if I said that properly. Basically, they feel as if it didn't belong. Long story short, it contained too much truth, and they felt the need to want to cover it up. All right, so I'm about to make a quick statement with Esther, the 10th chapter, and you see it's a short chapter. It only stopped at 3 verses. All right, but when you go to additions to Esther, which is in the Apocrypha, the 10th chapter, still it continues from the 4th verse. All right, and it also changes the names a bit. As you see, instead of it saying Mordecai, it says Mardochus. You know, and the same way about King Ahasuerus, they use the Greek version instead of it being Ahasuerus or Artaxerxes. All right, but it picks right up where it left off. So they not giving you the full truth in these churches. No, like if they got an NIV version Bible or NASB, you know what I'm saying, New American Standard Version Bible, so on and so forth, they're not giving you this full truth. All right, and that's why you gotta get the full. You gotta like the scriptures say, with all that getting, get understanding, man. You know, you got to seek the true men of the Lord, as we believe the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down are them, you know, to get the full understanding. All right, because one of the key things that they left out, you know, or that they took out purposely, and I got it on hold right here, is additions to Esther, the 14th chapter, the 6th verse. It says, and now we have sinned before thee, talking about the Lord, and this is coming by way of Esther, who was a queen to the Persian king Ahasuerus, also known in the Greek as Artaxerxes. All right, she wasn't a queen, you know, for the nation of Israel. She was just a queen to a heathen king. But it says, and now we have sinned before thee, therefore hast thou given us into the hands of our enemies, because we worship their gods. See, it's a lowercase g, by the way, their idols. O YAHWAH, thou art righteous. Nevertheless, it satisfies them not that we are bitter, it's like that we are in bitter captivity, but they have stricken hands with their idols. All right, and that's what we see today. You know, when our people out there worshiping the heathens' gods, you know, Caesar Borgia and them ancient Egypt gods and so on and so forth. You know, Greek gods such as Zeus and shit. That's where you get the whole hell doctrine from, where they think it's someplace under the ground that burn forever and shit like that. You know, it's from these other heathens and shit. All right, but I'm gonna keep going though. It says, verse 9, that they will abolish the thing that thou with thy mouth hast ordained, and destroy thine inheritance, and stop the mouth of them that praise thee, and quench the glory of thy house and of thine altar. So that's what their intent was, to stop the people that's praising the Lord, you know, pursuing to Judith 5 and 19 through 21. They know that if they keep us down bad, the Lord will be for the heathen. But if we turn to our power and we serve him with our whole heart and our whole mind, then he will be for his people, which is the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians. Okay, and they know that, you know, the elite know that, so they set out to go and take from the scriptures, which we know in the book of Revelations, I believe it's the 22nd chapter, the last chapter of the book of Revelation, that if you take from these scriptures, or add thereunto, then you're going to get all them plagues that's written therein. All right. So I'm going to get to the point. I'm going to jump down to verse 11. O Yahweh, give not thy scepter unto them that be nothing, such as these heathen, pursuing the second Ezra 6 and 54 on down. These heathen have ever been reputed as nothing. All right. It says, and let them not laugh at our fall, but turn their device upon themselves, and make him an example that hath begun this against us. Remember, O Yahweh, make thyself known in time of our affliction, and give me boldness, O King of the nations, and Lord of all power. All right. So we asking that the Lord bring an end unto these heathens. All right. Let me jump down to verse 15. Thou knowest all things, O Lord. Thou knowest that I hate the glory of the unrighteous, as we do. Like Lot said, we vex with the filthy conversation of the wicked. These people out here holding up big ass knots of money to their head, of dead presidents, their own oppressors, all of which damn their own slaves, and they feel like as if they doing something, and it says, and of all the heathen, thou knowest my necessity, for I abhor, meaning avoid, the sign of my high estate, which is upon my head in the days wherein I shew myself, that I abhor it as a menstruous rag, and that I wear it not when I am private by myself. Because Esther was set on high. She was given you could say gay clothing, which when you look that word gay means beautiful, like in the book of James. She was given some nice apparel basically, and she was held on a high estate, but basically she's saying inwardly she hated that, but she was doing it all for the sake of for Israel, and for the sake of to turn to the Lord so they could be saved, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because she got with the king Ahasuerus and whatnot, and she found favor in his sight. The Lord softened his spirit, found favor in his sight, and killed his own men. Haman, his basically like his second in command. But you brothers need to read this for yourself. And gave Mordecai the ring, in which he was able to send letters out in favor of Israel, that if any nation was to come up against them, they could defend themselves, because at the time they were held in bondage, in captivity and whatnot, and they were brought there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, by King Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon and whatnot. Just to give you like a summary per se. But yeah, man, basically the point I'm trying to make is that you get the full story when you go into the Apocrypha, which is something, like I said, that they took out, and you ain't gonna get the full story in these churches or in them other Bibles that you're reading. You gotta get that good old King James 1611 edition to get the full one, or you could purchase the Apocrypha separate. But that's just the purpose that I'm making this video for, is because like they keep out key things like that, Also, the same thing is for like the book of Ezra and Esdras in the Apocrypha. They're the same people, but they don't give you the full story. And you would know oftentimes when you get to the end of a book, it'll usually say the end or something like that. But in this case, it didn't, because it, like I said, it picked right up from where it left off, right at verse 4. It don't start at 1, And these heathens know what they doing, man. These damn elites and whatnot. But that's why it's their lot for them to be the wicked, What's that? I'm gonna close out on this. Wisdom of Solomon. I don't believe it's 2 or 10, but it's definitely in the 2nd chapter. Bear with me right quick. Yeah, verse 14. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Talk about Esau. His only purpose and intent here was to reprove our thoughts, to play the role of Satan, the son of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? To get us to go off. The same way the Lord used Satan in Job 1 and 6, you know what I'm saying? To try him and whatnot. Well, the first chapter kind of goes into it, when he's like, hast thou considered my servant Job, roughly paraphrasing, And that's the same thing with these Edomites, you know what I'm saying? They going to, whether it be the police, you know what I'm saying, they come up behind you, try to get you to go off. How you going to carry yourself, like I just did a video before this one, going into that situation where he knew the name of the Lord, and he did carry himself in a way that a man of the Lord should, and he kind of he got to go through that lot of being delivered up to the officer and whatnot, and to the prison, as they were saying, we're gonna take you to jail. So long story short, you got to conduct yourself in like manner, and you got to seek the true power of Israel and do what his intent is, get the full truth, study it, learn it. As they say in the world, each one teach one, So if it's your lot to be a teacher, you need to be apt to teach, studying consistently. And the only way you're going to study consistently and get the full truth is if you go into these deep, dark parables and these, you ain't talking about pick up any and every book, like, no. But I'm talking about get the full understanding of the Bible, that is, of who you and your people are and what the Lord's true intentions are. All right? Because it's a lot of meat, as we would say, in the Apocrypha, in which they don't want out there, and that's the reason why the Bible Destruction Group went and took it out. So, hope this video was edifying. I meant to keep it actually kind of quick. I only wanted to do like a 2-minute video, but that's how the spirit be sometimes. So with that, I'm going to say shalom, and as always, hold fast that which is good. Death to America.